All right, all right, all right. We are live. We are live. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm drinking a beer. It's 10 o'clock in the morning here in Vancouver. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, don't have a Santa hat for this stream, but I did pull out the uh, the red lumberjack shirt for this one. There is a dollar store across the street, and my fiance is going to go see if there's any Santa hats. So maybe we should come back with one. That would be nice. Hope you guys are doing well. Throw down a hello in the stream and comments. Let me know if you can hear me, and just drop by, say hi. Let me know what's going on. Who's here? David Neal's here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining. See, we got like a handful of people in here. Awesome. Cool. We got Mike Elton's here. Nice. Santiago's here. Awesome. Welcome, guys. Adam Morton, thank you so much for joining. Awesome. Sounds good. Great. The guitar barber's in the house. Nice. Here in Abbotsford? Oh, no way. That's awesome. Man, I hope you didn't get hit too hard by those floods. That was pretty heartbreaking stuff, seeing. For those of you elsewhere in the world, there was some crazy flooding down here outside of Vancouver. Just recently, we had some epic rainfall, and a lot of people lost their homes and some damage to their property and stuff. So it was pretty heartbreaking to see that. Mood Pitches in the house. Welcome, man. David's in the high ground. Right on. That's a blessing, man. Yeah, it's just a lot of crazy stuff going around in the world with the old climate. But yeah, I'm here in my apartment in Vancouver, and all is well. And yeah, this has been a good year, so I got a lot to be grateful for, which I will go into detail on this stream. Who else is here? Malik's Music, right on. Welcome, guys. It's great to have you here. From the Stretford end, right on. Thanks for joining. Watching from United Kingdom. Welcome. Okay, I guess it's probably evening there. Most of you are probably in North America, I'm assuming, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I got some announcements to make. I have a few things going on here, and I'm really excited about this stream. It's going to showcase some music from the Academy members. I got a bunch of tracks to show you, and man, I was listening to them earlier, and they're just all so good. I'm so stoked to feature these. And I'm going to feature a little holiday remix that I made myself, which is kind of silly. But anyway, announcements. So, okay, let me look at my notes here. So, yeah. Before I start anything here, I do want to let you guys know that I just uploaded a new Midi pack to the Production Music Academy. Maybe I'll just change to my DAW screen view here. And this is the Pop Strings pack. And what's special about this one is they're just like string staccato arrangements. And I thought I've been trying to think of ways to like give back this year and be charitable, because in the spirit of Christmas. And so what I'm going to do is anybody who does buy this pack, it's $10 US, and 100% of the proceeds from now until January 1st are going to go to charity. Usually, the charity I give to here in Vancouver is called St. James Music Academy, which is like a music school that teaches classical music and just basic music lessons for underprivileged kids. So it's like free lessons. It's an amazing charity. I've given them donations for many years, and they're great. And so I was thinking it would probably go to them, but either way, whatever it is, 100% of the proceeds from this Pop Strings Midi pack is going to go to charity. And yeah, these are just like progressions that are inspired by like pop tunes. I'll play this like a bit of this demo track here. So that's the little demo track, and that's just a collection of some of the progressions that are in the pack. Just kind of fun stuff. I've been writing a little bit of music using this Midi pack, just testing it out, and it's really easy to use. That demo track was made just using, I think it was Spitfire's Aperture string staccatos in combination with Albion ones, and yeah, obviously some like little beats for that, like that I downloaded from Splice, I think. So yeah, feel free to grab that, and you will be making a $10 donation to charity. And what else do I got going on here? Oh yeah, I was going to plug the Make Music Income podcast that I've been doing with Eric. Having a lot of fun just chatting with Eric once a week. And man, Eric's just a great guy, and he's like a wealth of knowledge too. And yeah, we're on our third. I think we just finished our third podcast. They're usually about an hour long, and we just chat about like what we're up to, and we goal set, which is like, I mean, I kind of do, or at least I try to. I got so many things on the go, but it's really nice to be able to kind of say, okay, this next week or this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm going to, try to achieve in the next week or the next month or whatever. And I've got a ton of goals to tackle for the next year. And yeah, we just chat about like, our different income streams as full-time musicians and producers and stuff. So Eric is really inspiring for me just because he works so damn hard. And I think that the best way to get work done in this world is just to surround yourself with people who work harder than you. And man, he works his butt off. And yeah, he fires me up. So big shout out to Eric, and yeah, tune into the podcast if you're driving somewhere and you want something to listen to. What else is going on? Oh yeah, so also just finished the corporate technology course for the Production Music Academy. That got posted, I think, about less than a week ago now, and excuse me. And I haven't posted it up to Teachable yet for those of you that aren't in the Academy and might be interested. But I'm going to send out a mail out later today, hopefully, and everything's going to be on special. So I'm going to do a Christmas special. Everything's going to be like 50% off. There's going to be some bundles. I'm going to bundle the corporate courses together. I'm going to bundle the cinematic courses together. So yeah, looking forward to that. All in the spirit of the Christmas. And yeah, more courses on the way. Production Music Academy has been so fun. It's been a lot of work getting it up and running, and I know a lot of you Academy members are in the stream right now. Let's see. I haven't checked the comments here. Alan's here. Right on. Thanks for joining. Loving the pop strings and the good. Yeah, right on. Not available in my podcast software. You need to check your podcast distribution. That's odd. Well, I'll have to check in with Eric. He's the one that that posts. I can't remember what service he's using. Anchor. Was it Anchor, or is that just Anchor by Spotify? So it's on Spotify. It's on Apple, and I thought it was going to all like the major DSPs, but I will check in on that one. Not available in my. What's your podcast software? We'll look into it. Let me know. Okay, so shall we get to it? Let me pull some audio into Logic here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, Xmas stream submissions. Who's first? Looks like Santiago's first on the list, so let's pull this in. And just so you guys know, I'm not going to do like a full like critique. This is mostly just, a showcase. All these submissions are amazing, and I'm not going to go like full on with the critiques, but I will point out a few things here and there as I hear them. Assuming that most of these were probably submitted to like music libraries. And a few of you asked for like some feedback, so I'm happy to give it where I can. All right. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Download. There we go. Okay, let's give this a listen. Here we go. Yes, Santiago. That's dope. Is he in the stream? I can't remember if he was in here or not. Yes, he is. Man, thank you so much for that submission. That is beautiful, man, and it's already got me in the holiday spirit for sure. I love those like timpani swells. Beautiful arrangement. I love the glockenspiel or the celesta, whatever you're using on top. That's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. If I had a suggestion to make, I might say a little bit of like bass, like more bass in the mix. Like I was kind of picturing like a pizzicato type, just like low bass, doom, doom, doom. Like that might be in there. And if it is, I might just bring it up a little bit. But other than that, that was great. That was awesome. Oh yeah, I was going to mention that I've never tried this before actually, so I don't know if this is a good idea to suggest this, but I'll keep I have my Discord open here. This is the Make Music Income Discord, by the way. and you should join. I think the link is in the description of this video. But if anyone wants to hop into the voice chat and just have a chat on the live on the stream, that could be fun too. If anyone wants to just like, actually have a conversation and ask me anything, or if you have some comments to make, like, I'd be willing to give it a shot. Although I do warn you, I've never tried this and I don't know if it's going to work. It shouldn't be that hard, right? Anyway, hit me up in the comments if you are interested. Okay, thank you, Santiago. That was great, and happy holidays to you. Thanks for the suggestion. I totally agree. It lacks a bass. Yeah, like, just a little bit of like low end would be perfect. It'd be a nice little addition to a otherwise beautiful arrangement you got there. Alan, you are next. Let's get into this. Christmas snow. Okay, here we go. Alan, man, that was fantastic. I loved it. I don't know why I'm just such a sucker for those like beautiful, those timpani swells. Like you really nailed that in this mix, like coming in right here. Like I love hearing that bass. Excuse me, a frog in my throat. But yeah, man, this is a beautiful mix. You did a really, really good job with this. Let me know in the comments if you submitted this to like any libraries or anything. The one thing that I heard, and it's not like a big deal, but the tubular bell hits that you have going, they're all on the same note. I kind of wondered, listening to the back end of this, especially, whether like changing the the note on that would have been cool, because like they're all hitting that. I don't know what key it's in. But there's like it creates like a little bit of a resonance, but it's not intrusive in the mix anyway. I didn't really bother me. It was just one of those things where I thought maybe like it could be like dun, boom, 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 like hitting maybe the root of the chord. I don't know. Maybe you tried that and it didn't work, but that was one thing that sort of stuck out to me. But otherwise, man, like yeah, like that was just amazing. That was lovely. Thank you so much for submitting that. Who's next? Dan Vanderbach. Dan is also an Academy member. Let's see what's up here. There's so much I love about this track. I just seeing Alan's comment, just made a sale on Audio Jungle, man. That's awesome. And I'm not surprised to hear that at all. Had trouble mixing the tubular bells. Tried to keep them low in the mix. Yeah, they can be kind of like super resonant. Those tubular bells. Sometimes you got to use them like sparingly. But I thought they sounded great in your mix. Getting back to Dan's track here, man, dude, amazing intro. I love that you added the sound of like the wind up toy on the beginning here. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a fantastic intro. I love it. And the arrangement is beautiful. Like the orchestral stuff you got going on in the background of this track is fantastic. You did a really, really good job with it. I think Dan sent me 2 tracks here. And one other thing I was going to say about this is I love the pause here. This is great. That kind of stuff just, I don't know, adds the extra sprinkles, the extra, just je ne sais quoi. Very, very nice. Let's listen to Dan's other track here because he did send me 2, I believe. This one's called Christmas Spirit. It's a short one. Nice. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know what? Just listening to this, I kind of have a question for viewers. Where are you guys getting your sleigh bells? That's what I want to know. For the track that I used, which I'll show you guys after we're done featuring all the Academy members' music here, I used the Labs percussion. I know that there's better like sleigh bells out there. I mean, I guess I could have grabbed a loop or something from Splice. I don't know, but curious where everyone else is getting their sleigh bells. They sound really nice in this track. I don't know. It just sounds like they're mixed well. Like I like where they're sitting in the mix. Like that just sounds nice. They're not like super heavy. 7 Tears of Hope is in the house. What's up? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're doing well as well. Okay, who's next? This is so much fun, man. Oh, Eric. Speaking of Eric. I don't think he's here, but I'm excited to show you this track. This is really, really nice. We were chatting about how we both bought the picked nylon acoustic, that new guitar VST from Native Instruments, which is, oh, man, I love it. I haven't really used it in any tracks yet, but I bought it, and then I was telling Eric how much I thought it was just like really beautifully sampled, and he went ahead and bought it too, and he made this track. Check this out. It's really good. Fantastic. You can kind of hear how he like. There's an option in the picked nylon acoustic to add in the musician noise, which is just like gentle kind of breathing and like movement that would occur if you were like actually recording somebody playing guitar. You can kind of hear it at the ending here. It's pretty quiet. You have to be kind of like listening to it loud, but you can hear the breath of the player, which is kind of cool. I thought that was a cool idea to sample that. And Eric mentioned that he wasn't a huge fan of the fret noise because you can add in the fret noise, which you get quite a bit of depending on how you're playing the classical and how it's being mic'd. I personally love the fret noise, but a lot of people don't like that. And I guess I think that it would add a sense of realism in this track. But Eric was mentioning that it was kind of bugging him a little bit. But anyway, he added in some of the musician noise, so it does have a sense of realism to it. But it's very, very hard to capture a realistic sound with guitar VSTs, especially a classical. But I thought that this arrangement was beautiful, and for the simple reason that there's a slowing down of the tempo in parts, which kind of gives it like this kind of like breathing sense of dynamics throughout the track, which is really, really nice. So you did a great job, man. Let's check the comments here. You also used sleigh bells from Labs and layered them in with some from Splice. Cool. For sleigh bells, I just bought Sound Iron's Winter Bells, which isn't bad. Okay, cool. Right on. I haven't heard of that. Okay. Thanks, Eric. Merry Christmas. Okay, Jeff. Jeff Bell's next. We got 2 tracks from Jeff. I think these are short ones too, so let's give them a listen. What's going on? Here we go. Okay, sweet. Short and sweet. I like it. I like the funky drum beat. It almost kind of has like a funk vibe to it, and an interesting time signature too. I think this might be another case of like wanting to hear a little bit more bass. But those the strings were nice, and I know you put some time into, or you've been working on your string arrangements and stuff. So well done there. That was beautiful and short and sweet. I like short and sweet. Let's listen to the other track that Jeff sent me. This one is called "Wish You a Merry Christmas." Yeah, we all know this one. Right on. Here we go. Nice. Awesome. The much different mix with the drums there. They were kind of like a little bit more distant, and that was kind of like a feature of the featuring the string stuff much more. I think Jeff is used to writing more like rock and that kind of vibe, like guitar driven rock stuff, if I'm not mistaken. So it's really cool to hear you just work in the string arrangements and stuff, and I think it's a very difficult skill to wrap your head around, like it, and it took me a long time to like sort of, I don't know, figure out how to get the most out of those like string libraries. It's very difficult. So well done, man. These are great, and thanks so much for submitting those. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, Mauricio, sorry. Mauricio sent me this very last minute. I think he sent me this yesterday, and I'm excited to hear this. All right, here we go. Nice. I like that little stinger at the end. Man, okay, a lot I love about this track. I love those like beautiful like harp rips that you got throughout the track. Those sound great. The strings and the melody all sound beautiful. If I had one suggestion to make, I think it would be to bring those that kind of like sleigh bell percussion thing you have sitting at the top. I'd bring it down considerably. It's quite high in the mix. Almost kind of feels like it's louder than everything else. So I don't think it needs to be that loud. I think the track arrangement and all the stuff that you have underneath that is beautiful, and I would highlight that. I would let your mix showcase that. Yeah, I think it's like one of those things. It's like, don't let the percussion in your track take away from what's underneath it, because it's a fine line to walk through with, and a tricky balance within the mix, but you don't want to distract from the goods. And I might suggest bringing that down. Is a little sharp in the old mix, but I love what's going on in here, and the detail that you put into this arrangement is fantastic, man. So thank you so much for submitting it. Well done. Thank you. All right, so who's next? Mike Elton's got a lo-fi Jingle Bells track. I love this. That most of the stuff has been kind of in the orchestral vein, I guess. Some more like contemporary versions of stuff, but I'm guessing this is not going to be that. Let's check this out. Mike's track. Here we go. Yes, I love it, man. I love it. Nice one. Oh, we got some. James is in the mix. Awesome, welcome. And Mauricio's here too. Great. Um, James, did you send me any Christmas music? I feel like you didn't. It's not too late, man. Send it over. Um, Mike, dude, this is awesome, man. I love this track. I love the little like, I love this part right here. Just getting back into the chorus here. A little chopping it up. That was fantastic. I think the only thing that kind of came to my mind while listening to this, excuse me, is the, I guess it's like a Glock or a Celesta. Has got like a bit of like a resonance thing, which happens, I think, if you are like adding a lot of reverb to it, perhaps. It's just a tiny little detail, and I could be wrong, but like I might suggest like taming something. Yeah, see, because you see there's like a little bump here, like a right around 1377. See that little sharpness, kind of, those kind of things can build up sometimes with when you're using that, like those Glocks or Celesta. Sometimes I'll just do a little dip, and it'll solve that issue, and you'll still be able to hear, the instrument nicely. And it's not always like all notes that happens. Like sometimes there's this one note in particular that like really kind of shoots, creates that kind of like, overbearing sort of resonance thing issue, but it's a micro detail, man. I still think that Celeste or whatever it is you're using there in the mix sounds cool. And this is great, man. This is awesome. Let me know. I don't know if you're in the stream here, but is Mike here? I can't remember if he said hello. I don't think he is. Oh, sorry, you are here. If you're still in the stream, let me know if you uploaded this to any libraries or anything. I think this would be great. Something like this would be awesome in the libraries. So well done, and great mix too. It sounded awesome. That's the first lo-fi Christmas tune I've heard. I'm not sure if anyone else sent me a lo-fi Christmas tune. I think you're the only one. I could be wrong. Nathan is next. Nathan Toft, Silent Night. It's my favorite. I don't know what it is about Silent Night. I think it's just like a nostalgia thing, but it's always the one that gives me the feels. Oh man, so nice. You just can't go wrong with Silent Night. I don't know. I love it. I love it. That was great, Nathan. That was awesome. And I think, if anything, I wanted to hear the piano a little bit louder. I love what you're doing with the string, with the solo. Was it cello? Yeah, cello probably. I do feel like you could have maybe brought the piano up a bit, but yeah. Other than that, man, it's just like this is gorgeous, and well done, well done. Just catching up with comments here. Thanks for the feedback, man. I did upload it, but there hasn't sold yet. The other 2 tracks I've uploaded have sold pretty well on Pond 5. Okay, right on. Were those like lo-fi tracks as well? Just out of curiosity. I'm always curious about what's selling on Pond 5. I actually got a dancing bear in my email the other day. I can't remember what it was that sold. It was something old though. I'd have to check, but I do not get Pond 5 sales very often, so it was kind of interesting. But yeah, that's awesome, Mike. Congrats on getting the sales on Pond 5. And James is saying, I was going to try to work on some festive music, but I got distracted finishing off some other music that's been waiting around to be done. Man, dude, I hear you on that. Same thing with me. I did not get around to doing enough festive music. I think I even wrote I think I wrote a Christmas track in like June. And I didn't even get around to uploading that. I've been terrible at uploading lately. Mike says they were upbeat hip hop Christmas tracks. Nice. Awesome, man. I definitely should have done a lo-fi Christmas tune. Man. Yeah, what was I thinking? I really missed out on that. That would have been fun. But I do have a funky Christmas track to show you guys at the end of this stream. So, man, what else can I say about Nathan's track? Yeah, beautiful. And I'm so glad that there was one Silent Night in the in the submissions, because it is my favorite Christmas track. So thanks for making this stream extra special for me. It's awesome. Yeah, so anyone who is joining now, I think you guys, whoever's here has probably been here for a while, but we are reviewing the work from the Academy members of the Production Music Academy. This is the December Christmas composing challenge. And the challenge was, well, it wasn't Christmas specifically. It was holiday music. Any holiday music was welcome. But it seems like everything is Christmas, so which is cool. That's all good. I did make the suggestion that like a lo-fi Hanukkah track would have been cool too. Would have been happy to feature that. I don't know any Jewish traditional music or anything like that. So. Yeah, it would have been trippy to hear something in that vein, but maybe next year. So yeah, Christmas tracks, which is all good, and these are all submissions from the Academy members, and so far I've just been totally blown away with what I've heard. You guys are all super talented, and it's amazing. It's inspiring to hear it. Who's next? Oh, and the doors are open if anyone is interested in a live chat on Discord. I know that could be a little weird, but invitation's open. This stream is we're just chilling. We're just chilling in the stream, and if you want to get in on some actual live conversation, I'm willing to give it a try. Although like I mentioned, I've never tried the voice chat thing on Discord. I know not all of you are in the Discord either, so but if you're not, you should be. Okay, who's next? Patrick Anthony. Let's bring this in. Patrick's track. Let's check it out. cow. Dude. Dude, what attention to detail. Listen to the little like what is like a little plate reverb in between, somewhere around here, I think. I love it, man. Just the attention to detail is amazing. It's really astounding. This track sounds so good. I have a lot of questions. I'd love to know like what you used to create this in terms of, especially with the brass sounds. They sound very, very nice, very organic. The drums sound great. The guitar sounds great. Man, what a fantastic mix. I'm really blown away. Well done. And yeah, let me know if this was something that you uploaded to libraries or anything. And wow, very, very cool, and an original style Christmas tune. I'm so glad that you submitted this. We got a lo-fi track, we got a dub track. Cool, man. That was super vibey. Yeah, and like I said, like the mix just was like very nice. Very, very nice. What else was I thinking about? Oh yeah, you had like a little delay thing too, which was like really, really tasty. Can't remember where it was exactly. Yeah, that little horn delay thing, that was awesome. Great, man. I have no, I really have no like feedback other than that was awesome. I really don't. That really couldn't have been. You couldn't have done a better job. That was great. Man. Oops. Patrick Anthony saying, yes, it's uploaded. I'll give it a list of instruments. Do you think this might be something for Motion Array? Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely. Yeah, I'm assuming that you're like you have an account on Motion Array, because if you do, then like you 100% should upload that, and do it now, because it's like it's gonna take whatever. I don't know. I haven't uploaded anything to Motion Array in a little bit, but it's like I know the queue is always like it usually takes like a week or something. So I'm assuming it's probably pretty jammed up right about now. I'm in MA, but don't have much luck with acceptance. What do you mean? So like you are an author there, but they are turning down a lot of the stuff that you're sending them? That's surprising listening to that. I feel like, I can't speak for MA, for Motion Array. I don't know like what, it's hard to tell like sometimes like what they're looking for based on what other people are telling me about it. But I feel like they're into this kind of stuff. Like they're into that these kind of like, creative sort of renditions of holiday music. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like, it's always tricky, right? Because it's like, I guess Motion Array is kind of the same as Audio Jungle in the sense that they punish is a harsh word, but like they restrict how many tracks you can upload a month, like based on your acceptance rate, which is kind of crappy, right? Like I know that Eric was mentioning that he was restricted on Audio Jungle because he was uploading some stuff that was getting rejected, and they bring you down to like 2 tracks a month. I think MA does the same thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they do the same thing. Which is unfortunate, man. What kind of, like, let me know in the comments, like what kind of stuff you're uploading to them, and what kind of stuff is getting rejected, because it would be good for people to see that in the stream here. And I think anything to help people better understand what it is that is getting accepted on Motion Array would be a good thing. For the most part, like I've just sent them probably like 80% of my stuff is like pop and like lo-fi, some corporate stuff. I know that corporate stuff sells really well in the library because, like case in point with like the last corporate track that I put up there, in October, that did really well with sales. So I know that there's a lot of people like downloading that type of music. But for all I know, it's like they get a lot of corporate submissions. So maybe that maybe they reject stuff, or maybe they're more discerning about the kind of corporate tracks they're getting. But the thing is about Motion Array is that like the staff picks are always like really interesting creative stuff. A lot of it is like vocal based music too. I noticed that as well. Like if you go to the staff picks, you'll see that a lot of stuff has like vocals on it, which isn't my ballpark, but the stuff that's actually selling on there, like probably a lot of it is like corporate, like pop, the stuff that sells well on most libraries, which is like upbeat, high energy kind of stuff. Lo-fi sells well there, even though lo-fi isn't technically like really always that high energy. Let me just catch up with you guys. How hard is it to get onto Motion Array? I'm gonna try to get there once I got a portfolio on AJ Even Stronger. It's a really hard question to answer, how hard it is to get there. I think it's much harder now than it was when I applied, which was like, I don't know, like, let me just change this to full screen here so you don't have to look at my dog. I think it's much harder now than it was, I don't know when it was that I applied, like 8 months ago, almost a year. I think things kind of got, like they just picked up a lot for them. And I mean, I think definitely the Artlist acquisition probably changed their outlook on things as well. I did notice that like in the Slack, some of the Slack conversations were like there was like some complaints from like the old school authors that had been with them for a long time, saying that like why like they were wondering why they weren't getting their tracks accepted anymore. And I think that maybe they like Motion Array was sort of cleaning house a little bit and like getting rid of some of the like the excess of certain types of tracks that they had in there. I mean, I think in a nutshell, like the quality standard went up a lot. So I think it's much more difficult to get in there. And I know that there's been a surge of interest from people wanting to apply. So I think it puts them in a position where they have to be a little bit more picky. Unfortunately, I think I got in on at a very good time. But I also had the benefit of having like a pretty substantial catalog on multiple different libraries that I could kind of give them as a reference to so that I was able to kind of demonstrate that I had a little bit of experience. I had a website that I could point them to, that kind of thing. So I don't know how much that weighs into their acceptance. But I imagine like considering that they actually say, I think on somewhere in the application process like that, we're looking for like experienced authors. I think maybe it did have, it did work in my favor in that sense. Do you only get one shot to be accepted onto MA? I think I heard Daniel mention that. That's why I haven't tried yet. Well, I don't think it's you get one shot. I think what happens is that, people apply and they may get denied acceptance, and then what I've heard is that people will reapply like in a short period of time, within like 2 or 3 months, and they'll get like an immediate response saying sorry. And what that tells me is that they probably keep some of these emails that you're submitting with on file. And they might have like a time threshold where they're like we don't want to hear a resubmission within like 3 to 6 months or something like that. I mean, I like I said, I can't speak for them, but let's just assume that they have a lot of submissions, a lot of people submitting music, and maybe that's a way of kind of like managing the amount of submissions that they get, because technically you could reapply every day, if you wanted to, and they might be trying to like mitigate that kind of situation in some respects. So I don't think that, at the end of the day, like they are in the business of selling good music, and it's like if you submitted a package and they turned you down, and then a year later you submitted a package that was like way, way better. It's like, why wouldn't they want you to sell your music? Like that's their business. So I can't imagine that they're just like taking this like, no, you like approach where it's like, no, you can't, you can never reapply if we turned you down. I mean, they have to take into consideration that people improve. So If I was running a music library, I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't take that approach where it's like, one shot only and like never again. The tracks that got me accepted on MA were rejected. Saki trumpet was used, by the way, on this, and moto bass. Okay, cool. I am not familiar with either of those, so I'll check those out. Thanks for letting me know. That's cool. MA restricted you to 5 from 20, and then if you keep getting rejections, I think they stop you from uploading altogether. Seems like a really tough marketplace to me. Yeah, it is. It is a tough marketplace. Yeah, from what I understand, it's like they are pretty picky. I think Artlist is the same way. I think I've gotten really lucky. That being said, I put a ton of work and into polishing the stuff that I sent Artlist. Because man, I was nervous as hell to submit my music to Artlist. And I personally thought that I wasn't ready when I did submit it. I don't know why. Like, it was weird. I had this in my mind. I was just like, I'm gonna wait till I have like the perfect package of music to submit to Artlist before I do it. And I don't think you ever get to that point. And I think you guys could all like appreciate that. It's like you're never gonna get to a point where you're totally satisfied with your work. So I just went ahead and went for it, and they liked it. Thank God. But that same bit of music that I submitted to Artlist was turned down by MusicVine, and I think MusicVine got back to me first, and I was just like, oh man, like it wasn't good enough. I jumped the gun, and I thought like for sure Artlist is going to turn me down, and then someone from Artlist got back to me saying that they really liked it, like they were really stoked on it, and they thought that they're saying that they thought that their customer base was going to really appreciate it, and it's done really well there. So man, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like human beings on the other side of all of this, listening to your tracks, and it's like they are, we're all biased. One person may really like your music, and the other person might be on maybe not so much. So finding the right fit for your music is a tough thing to do, and I guess some of the tracks I've been writing are a good fit for whoever is reviewing them at Motion Array and Artlist. It's a good fit, and thank God for that. Like I'm really grateful. But that being said, it's like plenty of other libraries, exclusive or non-exclusive, out there that would think otherwise. So that's the way it goes. Yeah, I only have 2 accepted on Motion Array at the moment, but I upload very rarely now. I mean, see, it's kind of like, man, it's tough because it's like when you get reprimanded like that, it's like it really plays on like that whole like self-doubt issue that we all deal with as artists. I think that like it's very typical for artists and musicians to be plagued by feelings of self-doubt. And when you get that rejection, you're just like, it really just like, it really stings. And I know how that feels like. Cheers for the review. Yeah, my pleasure, man. You did a great job. I wouldn't hesitate to upload that to Motion Array, but I understand the anxiety about it. That's for sure. I guess it is just business and personal. Yep. Yeah. All you can do is keep trying. You never know what will happen. That's it, man. Yeah. You keep trying. And man, I can't even tell you how many rejections I got from Audio Jungle when I first started. And man, it really pissed me off because like some of them I thought were pretty good, and I know, I've said this again and again, but it's like I wouldn't consider a rejection to be the only metric for judging the quality of your track. It's just sometimes like, and it's like these libraries don't have time to give you like a thorough analysis of like why they're rejecting your track sometimes. But a lot of it is just sometimes like probably a surplus of tracks in that style. Maybe, like I know that I got a lot of rejections on the corporate stuff that I sent Audio Jungle back in the day, and I think that they just had too much corporate music on there. You know, like I was trying to like emulate those, you know, ambient type of corporate tracks, the bestsellers, right? And I think they probably are just like, you know what, we have enough of this. So they don't tell you that, but I'll go ahead and assume that maybe that's one of the reasons that they were rejecting my tracks. Anyway, that's a little chat for you there. Let me get back to featuring some music. I think we still have a few left. Oh, Rob's track. Right on. Here we go. All right. Cool track. I was wondering about that choir. Like, that's an interesting sounding choir. I'm always down for choir to be like nice and loud in the mix. Some parts of it felt like a little bit buried. Maybe like a little compression on that might have helped. But very cool track. I like the like the kind of like the this like loop bass line. That was really cool. And that really like deep resonant like kick drum underneath everything sounds really cool too. Yeah, really interesting mix, Rob. I think this is a fantastic track. I think maybe one like sort of general suggestion would be, I kept on thinking that it was going to go to like a B section and not like something totally different, but like maybe a chord change, like going to the 4 in the progression or something like that. I don't know. I think that might have been a cool choice, but as it is, like it's still awesome, and you did a great job with the mix too. It was awesome. Just that low brass, like that's awesome. That's like, I feel like I almost want to do like a hip hop beat over that. I want to resample this and remix it. It's really good. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this. Well done. Thanks for submitting, Rob. It's awesome. Simon's track is next. Let's give this a listen. Yes. Okay. So, I forgot that there was another like hip hop style Christmas track. Nice work, Simon. That was great. This might be another example of a case where like the percussion, like, or like, I don't know if you call those sleigh bells. It didn't really sound like sleigh bells. Like whatever those are, the intro. I would probably say it's too loud in the mix. It's a little bit distracting. And it's like I feel like the track would have been awesome, um, uh, even without them in the mix at all. But like I understand, like I don't know, like those aren't really sleigh bells. They kind of like almost have that quality to them. But yeah, I mean, if it's a Christmas track, obviously adding sleigh bells is great. But like I really think that they do cut through at a low volume. So. Um, Otherwise, I love the funkiness of this track. That's great. And I love like the hip hop, versions of these Christmas tracks. They make me happy. They're great. Just catching up on the comments here. Don't take it personally when rejected. Just a pain in the ass. Yeah. Yep. Well, that's the right attitude, man. Yeah. Dave Neal says, just like when sites like Pexels and Pixabay have changed the royalty-free world of images and videos, I wonder if the same will happen soon for audio. Very good question. You know, there's already quite a bit of, like, you can get free music from YouTube's music library. So, and also I think that, like, I know there's free audio on I can't remember the name of the site. I use there's a free site I use for motion graphics. Maybe it'll come to me, but anyway, there's free music on there too. So there's already places where you can get like free royalty free music for your videos and stuff like that. But I think, and it's like Unsplash is like kind of scary to me sometimes, because I think about that too, David. It's like that Unsplash site has, like, I use free pictures from it all the time for like for the website, for products on like Production Music Academy and tools. And I'm like, man, some of these are really good. They're really good. And I'm like, what if the same thing happens with music? What if it's just like a big race to the bottom? I don't know. I can't say for sure. I mean, I think it we'll see how it goes. Like, hopefully it's not heading in that direction. I think it's one of those things, it's like you can find free music, you can find free motion graphics, you can find free photography online, but if you want the really good stuff, you got to pay for it. It's usually the way it goes. The stuff that's being given away for free, it's usually like, not subpar, but there's there's levels, there's tiers of quality. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Unsplash does freak me out a little bit, because some of those, there's so many photographs, and I think it's hard to make the comparison between the audio and the photo world, but you can and you can't. I don't know. They're a little different. I know many photo and videographers that actually make more money from these donation sites than they do from sites like Pond5. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, and that's another business model for sure, is the donation site. It's like those guys that make money on Patreon, like selling royalty free music too. Like that, there's this one guy that's killing it in that game. I can't remember his name. He's a Ukrainian dude. Someone in this chat would know who I'm talking about. Ashumalev? Is that? I probably pronouncing his name wrong. But he's been posting his tracks up on YouTube for years, and like some of them are like, it's pretty big. He's got a lot of followers on YouTube, but he has his Patreon account where he charges, like, I think it's like $20 or $30 a month to just have like unlimited access to his royalty free music. And like last I checked, he was making like 10 grand a month or something like that. It was insane. And then there's another guy I found whose name I'm totally gonna forget too, but he writes Creative Commons music. Like he has no restrictions on it, copyright restrictions on it whatsoever, apparently. And it's like free to use, and it's all by donation. So I think same thing. He's on Patreon, and he makes like a few thousand bucks US every month because he's just been doing it for so long. And he writes like a track a day. He's got an enormous catalog of music. It's crazy. Some of it's kind of like meh. It's not like, amazing. And some stuff is pretty good. But yeah, I mean that's a business model that's interesting for sure. It's just like giving it all away, but for donation. I mean, it's like you're not giving it away because it's. But I mean, like somebody could like theoretically just steal like that guy's music. Because I'm assuming he doesn't register any of it with Content ID. Like he says, it's just like it's not copyrighted. Like you could use it in any way you want. I wonder what kind of issues he runs into with like people like stealing his work and passing it off as their own. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care, but yeah, it's an interesting model. And I think it takes time. It takes a lot of time to build it up with the donation thing. Top video on Pexels has been viewed over 3 billion times. Damn. I do think many of us would never many of us newer people will need to think outside the box. If you can get those links like Patreon guide, I would like to see that. Yeah. I mean, I think it's like with any business, it's like anything in this world is so oversaturated. Like all the ideas have been done to death, and it's important to think outside the box. I think it's amazing what you can do with a little bit of an engagement on social media and just putting yourself out there. This is something that I spoke a little bit about on the last podcast episode. Is like I got that gig composing for Google. Because I posted that orchestral remix randomly. And like I never really, the only reason I ever did those remixes was a way to just bring watch time up on the channel. For those of you who are YouTubers, you might know this already, but if you don't, it's like the path to monetization on YouTube is fairly straightforward. You just need 1,000 subscribers, and I think you need like I can't remember how many hours of watch time, and then you could start making money off the ads on your channel, which is something I never really wanted to do. But the thing is that YouTube is monetizing your content whether you like it or not. They're throwing like even if you opt out of monetization on your videos, if you're a YouTuber, they still throw ads in front of your video. So if that's the game that they're playing, then it's like you might as well take a little cut of that, even though it's like a pathetic tiny little slice of the pie. You might as well opt in for optimization if you're eligible for it. And so when I started out doing YouTube, I did those orchestral remixes. The first one I did was like The Weeknd's Blinding Lights track. And the second one was Olivia Rodrigo's Driver's License. And those are hugely popular songs. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just do an orchestral remix of this and just to bring the watch time up because those remixes, they get a lot of views because it's just like the search algorithm, there's just so much volume. So I think the Weeknd one is already in like 20,000 plus views or something like that, and it brought the watch time hours of my channel up significantly when I posted those. Now I never had any intention of those leading to any kind of professional work, but for those of you who watched the last video I posted on YouTube, you'll know that through posting that Olivia Rodrigo remix, people from Google actually found it and reached out to me and asked me to help them with their Year in Search 2021 video, which was a great contract for me, and it was like amazingly lucky, that I just happened to have that remix on YouTube. But man, through just like and by the way, I'm the worst. Like when it comes to regular engagement with social media. Like I'm not like a big social media guy. It's not like I'm posting to Instagram all the time. I have to like remind myself to do it, because like I kind of have a love-hate relationship with social media. Like I don't, I'm not on, like I have a Facebook account, but I'm not really on Facebook. I find it all very annoying. and and so I have to like remind myself to do these things because even just like the basic like level of like just posting and putting yourself out there a little bit can lead to amazing opportunities. And like I can't even tell you how many times people have hit me up over Instagram asking me for like custom work. A lot of these people are flaky. Like that's another thing. That's another can of worms. But people are watching. People are out there. You'd be amazed. And anyway, I don't know what the whole point of that was, but I think in terms of like the donation stuff like that, it's like, man, social media is there to be used as a tool to promote your work, and that's all it is. It's great. I think that is an excellent idea. Remixes can help your channel, but you also marketing your brand without spending money or worrying about social. I don't like social really either. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like free. It's free marketing. It's like, yes, these orchestra remixes. It's someone else's tune, but it's a free and simple way to showcase what you're capable of doing. I'm thinking of using social media more to get my music out there. Yeah, do it. I'm not a social media marketing expert, and I'm actually like really that this is a goal of mine for moving into next year is to get really good at it because it's a skill. And man, I've talked to some people over the years that are really deep into the whole social media game, and they really know how to leverage the power of it. And man, like I don't want to, like I've actually chatted with people who I don't know how to say this politely, but like maybe like I thought like listening to some of the stuff that they've been doing, it's like kind of like maybe you need like maybe it's not the best. Like, and this is the thing. It's like your work, it doesn't even have to be that good. If you're really good at leveraging the power of social media, it's amazing. Like the professional opportunities that can come your way. Like I've met people who I personally feel like probably should spend more time getting back to like the production fundamentals, but it's offset by the fact that they're like amazing at like networking on social media, and they get more work than I do. So I'll just leave it at that. It's like an 80-20 thing, I think it's like it actually, the quality of your music maybe isn't that important. What's really important is like networking, putting yourself out there, which is sad to say, but like I did meet a music, like a composer's agent at one point, and I asked him like what's the number one thing that you would suggest for an upcoming music producer or composer who wants to get into like doing this professionally. This was years ago. I met him at like a conference, and I'll never forget it. Because I thought he was going to be like saying something related to the music, but of course it had nothing to do with the music. All he said to me was, make networking your full-time job. And I was like, oh shit, that wasn't the answer that I was hoping for. I don't know what I was hoping for, to be honest, but it did weigh on me because it's just so important to be putting yourself out there. And of course you do want to be concentrating on the quality of your music. That goes without saying. But nothing will happen professionally if you're not putting yourself out there a little bit. And this is a difficult pill for me to swallow because, believe it or not, I'm very introverted, and very shy. So putting myself on YouTube was actually a big struggle for me at first. And I remember I the first video I did was with like an iPhone, and I recorded like a video, and like I'd been watching YouTube for a long time. I was like, I kind of want to, and I was like, I want to do a YouTube video, and try putting myself out there. And I recorded it like 10 times and like just deleted it and deleted it. Like I just couldn't handle seeing myself on video, and it was like, to me, it was just so awful. But you get used to it after a while. You get comfortable. It was the same thing with performing. If we go back enough years, it's like the first performance I'd ever did was terrifying. I think I almost like pissed myself. I was so nervous. But now I do it when I don't even think about it. So it's one of those things. Can anybody remix any song on YouTube, but just not get monetized, or do you need to request permission? So okay, the thing is about YouTube is like, all I can say is that, like, I think that technically, like, you are supposed to get a license to remix, or not well, even to do a cover. If you're posting a cover on Spotify, like, you do need a license to do so, and they're very easy to get. With YouTube, it's like, it's gray area. Like, nobody does it. Nobody gets those licenses. You can post up remixes, and I think, oops, there goes my screen. I think the most that you'll get is a copyright claim. So so you'll get a claim on your track, and that's probably it. If you're using the master, something from the master of your track, like a vocal stem, for example, then it's possible that you might get like a copyright strike, which is like a little bit worse than a claim. I think people just go ahead and do it anyway, and like I don't think it's a big deal, especially if you're like a small time YouTuber like me. I've posted both those remixes have elements from the master. So like Olivia's vocal is in that remix, and the Blinding Lights track has the vocal stem in there as well. And I haven't had any issues. The Olivia YouTube video got a claim on it, and so you don't monetize it, no big deal. It would be illegal and wrong to monetize that. So. Yeah, so pretty much to answer your question, David, like pretty much anybody can, and people do all the time. This is a very common thing that happens on YouTube. But technically, you should get a license. What royalty-free library would you recommend for a beginner hobbyist? Personally, I think that Pond 5 is the ideal royalty-free library for beginners. For the simple reason that it's quite easy. The upload process is easy. There's no application, or there's no vetting process for the authors. You basically just like sign up and you upload music, and they'll either take it or they won't. They won't. I don't think they'll punish you if everything you send them gets rejected. And I think it's quite easy to do it, and there's traffic on the site, so people do make sales, and the quality threshold is probably like quite a bit lower than most royalty-free libraries. So they're happy to take like pretty much anything. I mean, not within reason. I do hear people's stuff getting rejected there, but they're quite lenient in terms of what they accept. So I think that's a great library for a beginner. Patrick's saying the same thing here. Pond 5 for beginner all the way. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe Audio Jungle once you get your feet wet. Yeah, I agree, and I don't know if Audio Jungle's opened the doors back up. I think it's been 6 months now. Maybe you guys know. Let me know if that is the case, because I don't know if they have. Hopefully. Stevie, if I'm posting my own original tracks on YouTube and social media, should I watermark my tracks to protect them from being used for free? I created my own basic audio watermark yesterday. Oh, that's cool. I mean, yeah, you can. You can if you want. I mean, like, it's hard for me to, like, because I just saw somebody in the Discord post the other day that they'd been doing the same thing. Like they had posted I don't know all the details, but they said that they posted their tracks on multiple different libraries, and they found that someone had stolen the music. Like they probably had downloaded it from whatever Motion Array or Audio Jungle or somewhere, and then posted it on their Spotify page, and like basically stole the tracks and was passing it off as their own. And this is kind of like a nightmare situation for me. I'm always worried that this is going to happen, that someone's going to steal my music in that way. And I really hope it doesn't. And it just sounds like a nightmare to deal with it. So adding a watermark is, not a bad idea if you're posting it on YouTube. I've seen other people do the same thing. I think it takes away from the enjoyment on a listener, like on a potential client or listener level. It's obviously really annoying to hear the watermark. I think we all run the risk if we're not using Content ID, then we're running the risk of somebody doing this and like stealing your music in some way. And I think personally, Content ID just feels like such too much trouble, man. It just sounds, it's icky. I don't like it. So if someone steals my music, then I'll cross that bridge. But I think I'm personally not gonna add a watermark to any of my tracks that I post up on YouTube or anything like that. But if that makes you feel safer, then do it. Go for it. Palm 5 may be your only choice these days. I think AJ's still closed for new artists. That's why a Pexels like service has to be coming. Yeah, well, there's other libraries other than Pond 5. There's that are like pretty chill. Like the VFine and like the Chinese libraries are a great option too for beginners. I think VFine and 100 Audio. I know not everyone is into 100 Audio, but I just made a sale there this morning. I checked my email, so there's traffic there. VFine's really easy to upload tracks to, and there's traffic there too. So I think there's other options out there other than Pond 5. AJ is still closed, yeah. Use white noise. That's worse than a watermark, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, James. It's like, I think everyone has their own particular level of comfort around it. Yeah, I thought it'd be open by now too. So it's for sure been 6 months, right? Like it's 100% has been over 6 months since they said they were going to open it back up. So I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just like, we don't need any new music. Who knows what's going on over there. Anyway, I haven't finished featuring everybody's track. I think I got a couple more here. Thank you, Simon. Trevor is the last one. I really hope I didn't forget anybody. I'm pretty sure I got everybody's music. Let's check out Trevor's track. Sweet. Oh man, another reggae track. That was amazing. Trevor, you and Patrick should team up and make a Christmas dub album. This is amazing. That was really good, man. I don't really have any feedback other than just that was great. That was a great last track for the the track features here. Nice work, guys. Really impressed with everybody's work here, and it's inspiring to hear it. I don't know what are we going to do for next month's challenge. I think the challenges are going to be a monthly thing, so I'll have to think about that one. But yeah, just really stoked on all the submissions. Oh, I guess I got to show you what I worked on. Let's check it out. I think it's Santa Claus is coming to town. What's going on here? I've seen a few libraries requiring driver's license upload to verify ID. Is this normal nowadays? Personally, don't like to do this. Right. Yeah. Either do I. But at this point, it's like, well, a lot of libraries have a picture of my driver's license on it. I mean, I don't know. They're music libraries. I mean, are they selling this information to the government? Maybe. I mean, it's like if you, I'm not too worried about it. It is annoying though, like having to give up that, or having to send a picture over. But I think the issue for them is that they're there's lots of clone accounts and stuff like this. I know this was an issue with Audio Jungle, like people having multiple accounts. I had to give my driver's license to Motion Array, if I remember correctly, to the Chinese libraries too. So, the Chinese libraries, they know who I am. I'm not really that worried about it. I think Pond 5 and some others also requires driver's license. Yeah, it's pretty standard, I guess. It's an easy way of verifying who you are. I was a little concerned about doing it internationally. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I totally understand the hesitation about it, but I mean, we give up so much information just by using the internet. So much yeah, it's tough. I do want my privacy to be respected, but at the same time, I want to play this game. I want to upload my tracks to libraries, and I want people to use it all over the world. And if submitting my driver's license is a requirement for that, then I guess I'll submit to that. Could be worse. Okay. I hope you guys enjoy my soul rendition of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I can't take complete credit for this. I did grab a jazz rendition of this track from some MIDI site, and there was no attribution to anybody. I don't know who did this, but I didn't have time to I've been so busy this last week that I just didn't have time to do a full track from scratch. I thought an easy way was okay, well, I'll there's a million websites out there that have MIDI, Christmas MIDI. I was I'll go check a few of them out, and I found this jazz rendition of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It was so good. I was okay, I'm gonna remix this MIDI. So here it is. Enjoy. need Michael Jackson to do a little vocal on that. That'd be great. Jackson 5-5, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. That little guitar riff. I recorded this right before I started the stream too. It kind of worked out. Definitely kind of like gives it that Jackson 5 vibe. The mini Moog is like, I don't know, gives it like kind of an 80s vibe to it, neo soul. So yeah, it was fun. That was fun to make. And oh yeah, I got these. I got a couple of drum kits from Addictive. I picked up this. What did I get? The soul R&B kit, which was, it just sounds so good. It was perfect for this track. So yeah, that is some Christmas music for you. Just reading Mike's comment here. Maybe that may be a cool idea for a challenge for one to give everyone the same sample and see what everyone comes up with. That would be a really cool idea. That sort of that reminds me of like that, like Andrew Wong. Is that how you pronounce it? Andrew Wong's. He got like one sample, 4 producers, like flip it, you know, that kind of thing. That would be really, really cool. Good idea, Mike. I'm gonna write that one down. Welcome to the stream, Dorothy. Vazev Tech. What's that? Clue us in there. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I'm probably gonna wrap it up because I'm 1 beer deep on an empty stomach, and it's only 10 to noon here, and I'm a little tipsy, but that's good. Christmas spirit. What else should I say to conclude this stream? I guess, just a reminder, if anyone's missed the first part, I will, I'm putting these pop strings on sale from now until the new year. If anyone wants to pick those up, they're only $10, and it's all going to charity, 100%. So I'll do a little mail out on that today, as well as I'm going to package up some of those courses, the corporate courses and the cinematic composing courses. They're all going to be in bundles. I'm going to be doing like an all course bundle, and it's all going to be on special. Thanks guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I really enjoyed listening to everyone's music too. Really appreciate you guys. It's been a great year, and I got a lot to be thankful for. So many amazing things happened this year. And there's just so much to be grateful for. I got engaged. I put a bunch of albums out. I started the Production Music Academy. The YouTube channel is growing. I made a lot of friends online. Started a podcast. There's a lot. There's a lot of good things. And in the background of all of that, I got to acknowledge that there's a lot of suffering and a lot of hard times. And I feel grateful, and I do want to give back in some way. So a little donation to charity is the least I can do. And I know it's been a rough time for a lot of people out there. A lot of people losing their jobs, having a hard time finding work, and making reevaluating their lives. It's a time of big changes throughout the whole world, and I don't know. I've been stoked to. I've been really grateful to have an opportunity just to write music here, and I'm happy, So, I got great company, and it's like I don't actually have, believe it or not, like I don't actually know many people in Vancouver who are doing the same thing. I only have one friend who's basically like doing composition work, and it's kind of like you know, I don't even know a lot of full-time artists, or artists in general. To be honest, it's not Vancouver's not a particularly friendly city in terms of the arts. There is a lot of arts going on here, but it's an expensive place to live, and it's interesting since I've started YouTube. Is like I've kind of like made a lot of friends online all over the world, you know, in throughout the States, throughout Europe, and it's just cool. This is cool to see other people doing the same thing, and it's a weird world, like, you know, just like having friends who you've never met in person, but yeah, that's the beauty of you're putting yourself out there on socials a little bit. Is like you make friends online, and, you know, people all over the world, people who I may never actually get around to meeting in person. Steve, email about podcast. Maybe I can help. Yeah. I'm a big podcast person, so I would love to. Okay. Could you, if David, if you wouldn't mind, would you just send me an email, and let me know exactly what the issue is, like and where you're listening to podcasts, and I'll try to figure that out. And anyone wants to get in touch with me can write me at steven@productionmusictools.com. Get in touch. Let me know what's going on. Or just drop a line and say hi. I'm always down to have a chat. And yeah, again, I just want to say it's a real pleasure to have everyone in the Academy. I think the Academy is up to like about 50 people right now, which is great. You know, it's like it's really humbling that there's that many people that are interested, and it's awesome to listen to what you guys are up to. It really is. It's inspiring for me. I searched on production music tools and no result. What try your name also. I searched on production music tools and no result for what? Are you looking for an email? You could. My email should be in the. It should be in the notes of this video, by the way. Yeah, my email's right at the bottom, Steven at Production Music Tools. So get in touch with me there, and let me know what's going on with the podcast. We'll try to figure that out. I'll get Eric on it. Pocket Casts. That's the name of the. Okay. My Android app. Okay, I'll write that down. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Yeah, for those of you who have been here the whole time, thanks so much for joining. And for those of you who are, I don't know if anyone's just joining now, but yeah, sending big love and big love out to all you, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then just regular old happy holidays. Try to be politically correct. Yeah, and I will probably be putting one more video out. I'm going to do a wrap up, by the way, on my year in stock music, or whatever, licensing music, royalty free music, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do a year wrap up, and I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and like kind of like my income and like what my whole year was in kind of conclusion. I'm going to be talking about that with Eric on the next podcast episode, which we're recording tomorrow, and I think it'll go out soon after that. And I'll do one more video and just kind of wrap things up. I did get a payout from Artlist that came in, so I'll mention that a little bit, and talk about Motion Array, and what's next? What's next on the list for 2022? It's crazy, 2022. Thanks for joining, Nicholas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for today, Stevie. It's good Christmas vibes at home now. Yeah, right on, man. Okay, I'm going to press end the stream, and wishing you all well. I'll see you soon. Thanks again, guys. Take care.